everybody, welcome to my channel if you're here for the first time, or welcome back if you've been with us before. My name is Heather and we are a fun, fabulous sewing channel where I am always me and I encourage you to be you. Thank you so much for being here today. We are doing a super fun project that I just have not been able to get out of my brain. Okay, so a little backstory. I had never heard of Labubus before, ever. And then all of a sudden, they were everywhere. And I'm like, what's going on? What are these things? Why is everybody buying them? But as an October girl at heart, anything with the word monster in it, I'm here for, right? Little monsters, big monsters, whatever. So I'm like, okay, let's get one. Let's see what the big hype is about. You know, why not? And I like mysteries. I am here for a good mystery box. So the fact that you don't know what you're getting, I kind of love it. I know some people hate it, but like there are so many things that you like have to pick, decide on every day. And the fact that you actually can't, I'm here for it, like thrive on it. So I got one. I unboxed it on a YouTube short. I wasn't even sure if I was saying it correctly at that time. So here's my little monster, okay? And as soon as I touched it, I am not lying, I understood why everyone was obsessed with them. They're like soft and smushy, and they come with this little, you know how much I love gate rings, you guys. They come with a gate ring so that you can just attach it to things, and they're actually so cute. I know, I am grown, but they are adorable, and I would buy more. I will probably buy more. Let's be serious, okay? But I'm looking at the Boooo, that's what I'm calling it, Boooo. Looking at the Boooo and thinking, I am a bag maker. Boooo needs a bag, and it's back to school time, so Boooo needs a backpack. So Boooo got a backpack. Here we go, right? Like, okay. It's ridiculous, but it's so ridiculous that it's so cute. Like I can't stop making them. I can't stop finding scrappies to make different versions. Every single thing that we're doing today, we're gonna make a couple together. And I've made, look, I just wear to match our travel set. This is Dakota's last year's backpack design. We've got some basket weave. Okay, I'm telling you. So I can't stop making these, first of all, but they are all from scraps. I just pulled out my scrap bin, found some pieces, and what an incredible scrap buster. Plus we're using a super well-known pattern today. We use the Mav Pack to make this. The LindsHandmade Mav Pack. So I will link that in the description box below. Now we're hacking the heck out of this Mav Pack. Okay, so we printed it at 55%, okay? And the way that I do that is when I have a pattern up on my printer, I click print, and then there's like additional settings that you can choose, and usually you can choose a custom size. And the custom size that I printed it at a lot of sizes, but the size that I really liked the most was 55%. And I will put all these other additional measurements and percentages in the description box below also, so just make sure you expand that box under this video. It's going to be a bunch of writing that probably doesn't make sense when you look at it just as it is, but you should be able to click more and click the box open, and it will give you all the information, okay? So I printed it at 55%, and we're not using the actual exterior pattern piece to make this. We're using the stabilizer piece. Okay, so this is it. The Mav Pack main body stabilizer piece is round, and that's what I wanted. I wanted the round top. The Mav Pack itself is not round on the top, so the pattern piece for the exterior isn't round because, I don't know, it like crests a little bit, but the stabilizer didn't. So we're using the main body stabilizer, printed at 55% from the Mav Pack, to make our Boooo backpacks. Okay. And I mean, the zipper functions. You're not going to really fit much in there. You could fit some money though. It's not going to fit a card. You could fit notes, like if you're bringing this to school, you can put some little notes in there. You can send notes with your child if they're hanging one of these off of their bags. I wish you could feel them. If you haven't felt these, like, they're so soft. They're cute. They're cute. See, look, I can't even get over it. But we are using full scraps, and everything that we're doing today is scraps too. I'm going to show you how to like bouge it up a little bit also. So we're going to make one in full. We'll batch sew a couple more. It looks like I've got 4 more to make in total. And then I'll show you a nice little bougie bit that we can add to our backpacks to make them even cuter, as if you really need that. But okay, so let's go ahead and get to the sewing machine and get Boooo back to school. All right, you guys, so we are at the machine, which is a Juki TL 2010Q. We're using a Tex 35 weight thread from Waywack in colored gingerbread. So it's a brown color. Everything that we're doing here in this sort of final batch sew is fine for brown thread, so that's why we're doing them all together. We have a Microtex 9014 needle in, and I think that's everything. So let me just go over. I have this giant pack of number 3 zips, and it comes with so many colors. And like, I see this orange and I'm already thinking we're gonna do something pumpkin-y for fall for sure. But it comes in a bunch of colors. I will link that in the description box as well. It is so worth the money because it's so useful to have a bunch of different colors to use that match your materials. For instance, this is the navy here, and then we've got this sort of chocolate brown color, and then army green. So super cute. And they all have the zip pulls. They come in like a giant mixed bag, which is kind of horrifying, but acceptable. Worth it. Again, it's, you know, totally fine. Anyways, so we've cut these, and there's really no measurement necessarily for these. You just want them longer than your front panel. But how you make your front panel, okay, is you are going to take one of your exterior, well, we're not doing linings, we're only doing exteriors, which again, totally scrappy, totally fast. So you're going to go ahead and take one of your exterior panels is going to remain intact. This is your back. And then your front, to make this, you're measuring up from the bottom 2.5 inches from the bottom. Again, I will list this in the description box, but you're measuring 2.5 inches up from the bottom. You're going to draw a line, and then you're going to cut it. And it will give you 2 separate pieces. And this is so that we can install our zipper, okay? So really super easy, super simple. We're not doing linings because this is not going to be a bag that's going to be super functionable. It's really more for fun. It's for Labubu. So it's pretty small. You want it to fit on its back and just be able to be a really fun accessory. So that's that. That's what you do here. Now to get your backpack straps, I went ahead and cut 5-inch lengths of strappings or webbing. So this is, I'll link this below also. This is a faux leather, really easy to sew through, super cute on straps. And these are just measured at 5 inches long each, and you need 2 of those. And then here you can see where we got a 1/2 inch wide webbing. So everything, all of our webbing or strapping is 1/2 inch wide. And this is cut to the same 5-inch length. So it doesn't matter what you use, webbing, strapping, if you're gonna make your own, you just want it to be a 1/2 inch wide and 5 inches long, and you need 2 pieces per backpack to make the backpack straps. And the 1/2 inch wide webbing that we're using is from Wonderground. We're using a ton of materials today, so I won't link everything, This red here, it's just a waterproof canvas. I don't even remember where it came from. Like I said, a lot of this was from my scrap pile. This is like a denim look vinyl, and I know this is from Indo Love Creation. So is this croc. I think you got, if you've seen my videos before, I use this croc a lot. It's one of my favorite things to sew with. And then this is a waterproof canvas as well, but this is from Oh So Pretty Custom Fabric, which has merged with another shop, so it doesn't actually exist in that capacity anymore, but that's where that came from. Like I said, those things won't be linked, but you can feel free to sort of Google them as you wish. And my bag tags that we're using, they're from Etsy. These are a faux leather, and they're from RT Fox Studios, and that will be in my description box, the name of the shop, so that you can look them up. I love those. And that's pretty much what we're using, yeah, for everything but this one, which is just a cotton sew-in tag. So yeah, I think that's it. I don't know which one I want to make. All right, we'll do one from start to finish. We'll do this guy over here. Pull our materials up. These are super fast. They're going to be great for craft show season. Great for every season, really. Okay. Okay, this is the one that I kept aside so we could measure together. Look at me. Look at that. All right, so like I said, we're going 2.5 inches up from the bottom. Look, past Heather really set us up, you guys. And I don't have my marking tool in here, of course, because why would I? So we'll just use a pen because you won't see it. Light mark on there. I am currently cutting something out on the floor in the other room, multitasking, so my marking pens are in there. There we go. We won't see that because we're cutting it. So you saw we went 2.5 inches up from the top, up from the bottom. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm confusing everybody. Listen to me. And just cut it. Easy peasy. Now we have our front panel pieces. So now we'll just take our piece of number 3 zip tape, and I would suggest number 3 zip tape for this because it is so small, and we're just turning it right side down, so zip teeth down towards the bottom, and we're just going to go ahead and stitch this on. And you can use whatever seam allowance you like. I'm just lining the edge of my tank foot. By the way, the numbers on the side are KT141. I'm lining up the edge of my tank foot just right against the zip teeth, so that's how I ensure that it sort of sews on the same. Because we're leaving this unlined, I do just like to make sure that we trim off all of our threads. And then we're going to go ahead and top stitch. So just make sure that your seam is underneath, okay? And see that pretty gingerbread color? Love it. All right, so before we do anything else, we're going to go ahead and place our name tag. And we're just going to line it up basically in the center. You can be more precise if you want, but this is a very small bag, so it is not a big deal. We're just going to go 1/8 of an inch around all 4 sides of this tag. always backstitch beginning and end. All right, now we can go ahead and take our top piece, turn that right side down, and we're just going to make sure that our sides line up here and that our top lines up with the top of our zipper. Okay. And same thing, we're going to top stitch and make sure that our seam allowance stays flat. This color combo, guys, oh my gosh. Perfect. Oh, there's the creaky doors that you guys love so much. The kids going in and out of their rooms. All right. Now our front panel is done, and we're going to go ahead and we're just going to melt down all of those edges. And we're going to take our zip, and from the right hand side, we're going to go ahead and thread it on. Like so. All right, now we're going to take our back panel, we're going to find the center. So we're just going to fold it in half, clip the center, and any of our webbing, I have gone ahead and used heat to seal those edges. We're just going to take it and sort of right on the edge of that triangle, see how it lines up? That's where we're going to put our webbing. So we're just going to baste this on, and this is the right side of our back panel. And while it's in here, we're going to go ahead and take the other one and do the same thing. We're just going to line it up. And we'll baste this one on also. Okay. And then we'll take our end, and we want it to go right here on this corner on the base, and once again we'll baste this down for now. And we'll do the same thing over here, making sure that they line up pretty even. And now it's time to do the final stitch around our bag. See how fast that is? I did all that talking and explaining, and we're still ready for the final step of our bag assembly. Okay, so now we're going to take these, we're going to put them right sides together, and we're just going to match up our tops first here. And they are going to end up being slightly different sized because we added this zipper in. We added a little more material. That's totally normal. I'm just going to kind of push those right out of the way and not where we're stitching. So sort of up and inside. And you can see we just have this little bit of excess down here, and as I said, that's totally normal and not something that we're going to be worried about at all. We're going to start on the bottom, and we're going to make sure that our shorter side is up so we don't accidentally miss anything. And we're doing a slightly smaller than 1/4 inch seam allowance here. Again, it is a pretty small bag. You can do 1/4 comfortably. We're just doing slightly smaller just because, sort of trial and error. So if you want to do what I'm doing, it's just slightly smaller than 1/4, slightly, like ever so. And I am gonna go over those zip teeth and do a back stitch. Because we're gonna pull this through, and you'll see in a second what I mean, it just gives it a little bit more strength and makes me feel more comfortable sort of turning this tiny bag. And just, you know, ease around those corners. Nice back stitch. Okay, so we got a little off here. I will probably fix that. We don't want the bottom to be uneven. There we go, that's perfect. So those little things like that, those are easy fixes. We're just gonna cut off our excess here. That will help when we turn this. We'll obviously cut off our excess zip tape. We're actually gonna cut off the excess up here too, and we'll reburn those edges. Again, it just helps when we are turning. Just take the heat to it. That will seal these off. Make it so that they don't fray over time. Okay. Now to turn this bag, it's very simple. You're just gonna stick your finger in where your pull is, and you can sort of push it over, and then this other side will open. We're gonna take this is what I found to be the most useful. We're gonna turn the top first, like so. And then sort of reach in there and push out the bottom. Now, this is easier with material that's very pliable. A thicker vinyl or anything like really thick is going to be more difficult. So just keep that in mind when you're going through your scrappies to see what you want to make. And look at that. Look at it. Look at it. So cute. So cute. Okay. So we did that backpack. I explained all of our pieces. We did our cutting of the front panel and all of that in about 16, 17 minutes. So easy. These are fast. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and batch sew through the rest of our 3 remaining Boooo backpacks. And then we will add a little bit of bling to spice it up and give you another option if you're going to make these yourself. All right, you guys, so that is our 4 final Boooo backpacks, and real time, you guys, sewing up these 4 is probably about 20-ish minutes, so really the turnaround is there. Now, as promised, I wanted to show you how to add some bling. So I made purse charms previously. I will try to remember to link that video, but we have all these cute little gold charms, and so this is a flamingo. So the Boooo backpack that matches our travel set, I thought flamingo, perfect, palm trees. This is in that video also. Again, I will try to remember to link it, and it has all of these sort of things in there. It's just a pack of gold jump rings, and I used to dabble, I still do, I guess, in jewelry. I just like anything crafty. You know, if you sew, you probably feel the same way. So you just open the jump ring, you put it in, and let's see here. We're gonna add it right onto our zip pull. Sort of smush it together, and look at that. Now our Boooo backpack has some bling. Is that not the cutest thing? Oh my gosh. All right. So again, this one's mine, but yeah, it just gives a little extra something to it, doesn't it? I might go ahead and add some bling to some of the other ones before listing them. I don't know, but I just love that. It's so cute. All right, let's head on over, take a look at all of our Boooo backpacks once and for all, and talk some more details. All right, you guys. Am I off? What's going on? I don't know, but we're done. Let me just show you. We put our travel backpack on, and look at how awesome that flamingo bling looks. Okay, it's so cute. Now our backpack is flat, does not have a gusset, very easy construction, and what sort of gives it this little shape is just how the straps fit on the little monster. You know, his body, the little monster's body shape. We love it, right? We love it. It reminds us of us. I'm speaking for myself here. But it just like, yeah, it's fine. This little bump out here, it's what gives it its really cute shape. And it's, like I said, it's not functional. We're not like attaching our gate ring to it. We already have a gate ring on the little monster, so not a big deal. This one we're keeping here. But we've got we're gonna go through everything we have. 2 of our basket weave. We've got our denim look vinyl. We've got our faux croc. We have our designer inspired. We've got our pretty plaid and pink. Our fall floral. Our matte black. And our red and brown combo, which is actually super cute, you guys. Like, yes. So cute. And you know, I love this brown and red, especially for fall. So cute. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 9. One of our magical numbers. 10 if you include the one that's gonna stay on my Boooo, but I'm not including that. We're gonna leave that just be as it is. So we've got 9, and you guys, these are actually for sale on my Etsy shop. I don't know, I guess it depends on when you see this video what will be there or what won't be, but these are all like, they're made from scraps, so right now they're all one of a kind. So there's one of all of them except for the basket weave. There's 2 of those, but once they're gone, they might be gone because I'm not cutting up fabric to make these. I am trying to really be mindful of not throwing scrap pieces that are large enough to make something away. So that's what we're going with here. Now we also have a Facebook group where you can share your makes. So if you're like, oh, I want to be in on that, that link is in the description box below as well. If you enjoyed today's video, please interact with it in a positive way. Like it, comment. I comment back to everybody. So if you have something to say, you want to say hi, anything, like just go for it. I'm here for it. I love talking to you guys. That's why I started the Facebook group for Sewist. So if you're a sewer and you want to share your makes, you can join. If you're like, oh my gosh, I need to buy some Boooo backpacks, they're a must-have. Make sure you hit up the Etsy shop, linked in the description box below as well, to grab one before they're gone, because I'm going to move on for a teeny bit and do some other things. So I don't know when I'll be able to sew some more of these. So make sure you grab some before they're gone. I know a few people have been asking me who knew that I was working on these Boooo backpacks. So they're ready. They're ready. I hope they're not all gone by the time you see this. I love a good, fast craft project that you can bring to a market. It's going to be high quality. It's not going to take you a long time. You can batch sew. I love batch sewing. I think it's so fun. It's such a great skill, especially if you are moving into fall market season or you want to beef up your listings online. Whatever it is, these are fast, they're fun, they're scrappy, and they're totally beginner friendly. So I hope you all will give them a try. Thank you so much for joining me today. As always, I appreciate you guys so much, and I will see you soon.